Good afternoon. Welcome to Mustang Arena for JV Volleyball competition. Please welcome our guests from Forest Lake Academy. They are the Panthers. And they'll be taking on your Wekiva High School Mustangs.
And welcome to Mustang Gymnasium. Neil Fisher with you on the call. This is junior varsity action. We are tied at 7-7. Forest Lake in the white jerseys. They hit it over, and Wekiva takes an 8-7 lead. That is actually the first lead of the match. This is the first set. Wekiva 8-7. Linnea Preston will go to work on the serve. Forest Lake unable to return at 6 consecutive points for Wekiva now. So Wekiva's been going inside, outside, inside, found that stroke, and now Forest Lake needing to come back with an answer. Preston with the serve to the back row, into the middle, the shot over the net, and score the point for Forest Lake, 9-8. Wekiva in the lead. Wekiva took the lead, surged into the lead with 6 consecutive points. This is junior varsity action, best of 3 sets. But stick around because we will have senior night for the varsity team when this game is completed. Mark Barchi, our public address announcer, and my partner will be handling those duties. And Wekiva will get a break there, 10-8. As Martinez comes in for Blackman. Wekiva with the 10-8 lead. They fell behind 3-0, 6 consecutive points. Another break for Wekiva as the ball slides over the net, and that throws the timing of Forest Lake off. So Martinez continues to serve for Wekiva. Tipped over by Forest Lake at the net. The spike handled by Forest Lake. They'll set it up. A free play. Wekiva gets it over. The third shot for Forest Lake. Set. Set again. Over the net by Blanco. Attempt and score the point. So Blanco going on the 90-degree angle on the spike, and Wekiva with the 12-8 lead. They are taking on Forest Lake. This is junior varsity action. Of course, varsity will come next. In between, we'll have senior night. Martinez puts the ball back into play for Wekiva. Blanco to Beaton. Forest Lake looking for the answer. And nice return. That cuts the lead to 12-9. So Forest Lake with an opportunity to cut into that 12-9 deficit. Strong serve. Beat Blanco. And before the return, a whistle. Net violation, and that will cut the lead to 12-10. 2 in a row now for Forest Lake. Thank you for joining us on a Thursday night from Mustang Gymnasium, Mustang Arena. Neil Fisher with the call for junior varsity. Forest Lake continues to serve, and an unforced error. They had an opportunity to pick up some more momentum. They had scored 2 in a row. So now Beaton will go to work with the serve. Gets it in on the left side, into the middle. Slammed into the net. So a couple of unforced errors in a row. Forest Lake and Wekiva re-extends the lead back to 4, 14-10. First set of JV action, junior varsity. Martinez with the high serve. It's going to be a scramble to get that ball over. And Wekiva unable to, out of rotation. So Forest Lake down 14-11 on the serve. Wekiva with the set. Action at the net and the slight tip. Nice touch. Cuts the lead to 14-12. Forest Lake serve. Blanco. Over to Wekiva and score the deuce. Situational kill. (15-12) as Wekiva serves again. That's Holman on the serve. Low serve. Holman sets. Another set. And this one goes over the net. Forest Lake does a nice job getting the ball back over. Blanco to Blackman and too much mustard. And that'll cut the lead to 15-13. Wekiva scored 6 consecutive points. They were down 3-0 at the start of the game. Those 6 consecutive points gave them a 10-8 lead. And the lead switched between 2 and 4 since then. And Wekiva's got some work to do, and they were out of rotation. Forest Lake getting Wekiva to go in the opposite direction of the return. And now 15-14. This is the closest that lead has been since Wekiva scored the 6 in a row. So Forest Lake on the serve. And they will help the Wekiva cause, as Mark Barchi, our public address announcer, likes to say. Score now 16-14. 2 of the last 4 points scored by Wekiva were errors, serving errors. So Blanco on the serve. Action at the net, and Forest Lake leaves it short. So that'll re-extend the lead back to 3, 17-14. Wekiva trying to take a 1-0 set. They certainly have positioned themselves. Best of 3 in junior varsity action. And now 18-14 as Wekiva has gotten Forest Lake out of rotation on the couple of last sets. And we have a timeout. So when we return from Mustang Arena, 18-14, Wekiva in the lead, first set, junior varsity action. And welcome back to Mustang Arena. 18-14, Wekiva with the lead, set 1 of the junior varsity. Wekiva with the serve and now possession. They slam that ball over, blocked by Forest Lake. They'll go to work. Wekiva with the quick return, and was that in? No, it was not. Trying to use that sideline as an ally, about an inch out of bounds, and Wekiva with the 19-14 lead in set 1. Wekiva's largest lead of the set in the match. That's Blanco on the serve. The 2 sets, the ball over, gets the net, some help, and an assist, and score the point for Wekiva. So I'm Neil Fisher. Mark Barchi will join me in a few minutes. He's actually preparing our broadcast for senior night, which will follow the JV action. Action at the net. The battle continues. Along the sideline, this tip. And this time, Forest Lake takes the point. And that will cut the lead to 20-15. Wekiva's varsity team comes in tonight with a 4-game winning streak and 5 out of their last 6. So certainly they have turned that ship around. Next week will be the district championship tournament as Forest Lake gets Wekiva to hit an errant ball and takes the point, 20-16. Forest Lake back to the serve. Stopped in the back row, set by Blanco. Low dig, but too much power on that dig, and Wekiva with the 21-16 lead. Zeroing in on a first set win. And Blackman with the serve. Score the ace. Drop that ball low. And Forest Lake unable to dig it out of the ground. 3 more points for Wekiva to take set 1. And this certainly would be a huge momentum lifter for this junior varsity team. Blackman again on the serve. Forest Lake sets from the left. And do not have the right angle. 23-16. So Blackman with an opportunity to close out the set 1 victory. 2 points away. Blackman with the low serve over the net, but it's efficient. Hit back by Forest Lake. Back and forth at the net. Forest Lake looking for its first opportunity to hammer. And unable once again to get the correct position into the net. And Wekiva now at set point. This is set 1, 24-16. Blackman with the serve. Junior varsity action, best of 3. Blackman puts it in. Can she get one more point to give Wekiva set 1 victory? Forest Lake with the slap. Beaton goes to work. And she makes an unforced error, slamming the ball into the net. 24-17 now, the Wekiva lead. And Wekiva will have to win this game on the serve receive. The serve to the back row. The set off the net. Hit there by Wekiva. Forest Lake setting. Wekiva with another opportunity. Blanco to Beaton. Nothing hard. Forest Lake sets. Back and forth, longer rally. That's Blanco over to the right. Forest Lake now will take its turn with the spike. Low spike, save by Blackman. But unfortunately, it goes into the net. 24-18, Wekiva trying to secure victory for set 1. Wekiva the home team, Mustang Arena the site. I'm Neil Fisher. Thank you for joining us on a Thursday night. Blackman handling the serve. Up to the net and too long. Preston unable to run that ball down. And now 3 consecutive points for Forest Lake. Forest Lake trailing 24-19 in with the serve. Set 1. Ball put into play. And it will not be 4 in a row. Too long. And scores set 1 to the Mustangs, 25-19.
That takes us to the end of set number 1. The Mustangs taking a 6-point victory in the first set. 25-19, the final score of set number 1, and the Mustangs take a 1-0 lead for the JV contest. We'll be back from Mustang Arena in just a moment.
Wekiva winning set 1, 25-19. Forest Lake Academy, the visiting team, scoring 3 points in a row to make it interesting, but in the end, Wekiva's able to get that final point and take victory in set 1. I'm Neil Fisher. Thank you for joining us on a Thursday night. Forest Lake begins the serve, being down 1-0. Of course, tonight is senior night. Join us after this game. 6 seniors will be honored as Forest Lake breaks out to a 1-0 lead. Score the ace. Forest Lake back to work on the serve and make it 2 in a row. 2 aces in a row. So the first serve was short in relation to the receiving team, and this one was long. And now a whistle and make it 3-0. So Wekiva once again up 1-0, taking that first set 25-19. Forest Lake, though, coming back strong in set 2, scoring the first 3 points. So if you look around, you can probably see some of the balloons in the audience as Forest Lake puts the ball back into play. That's because tonight is senior night. The tip by Forest Lake. Wekiva sets at the net. And Preston, unable to get the right angle, slams that ball into the net. 4-0 now. Forest Lake looking to even this best of 3 at 1-all. The set. Preston hits it long and now 5-0.
The Mustangs request their first timeout of set number 2.
And as you just heard Mark Barchi, our public address announcer, and my partner to say, Wekiva's coaches have seen enough and they call the team over. Timeout, 5-0 is the score. Junior varsity action from Mustang Arena. Wekiva up 1-0 in sets, but they're down 5-0 in the second set. Make that 5-1. They'll take the unforced error, the net violation. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday night. It's also senior night. We'll have all the coverage for senior night. 6 seniors playing their final home game as Wekiva looking to cut into that 5-1 deficit. Holman at the net, saved by Beaton. Unfortunately, she was not able to put that in the right direction, and now the score is 6-1. Forest Lake Academy in the white jerseys, and they are on the serve. And once again, a 6-1 lead. This is set 2. Wekiva taking the first set 25-19, an unforced error. And that was exactly what Wekiva was looking for. An easy point. We'll see if that translates to some momentum in the streak. As Blackman, the number 2 server, goes to work. Forest Lake sets, back to the right, some give and go. Slams it right into Preston. And Preston unable to do anything. 7-2. So Karelis will now be on serve for Forest Lake Academy. the Panthers. Beaton over to Blanco over to Beaton. A little tip here, tip there, and Forest Lake runs out of tips. So that cuts the lead to 7-3, and that'll bring up Preston as the number 3 server. Blanco was number 1 server, Blackman number 2, Preston now serving number 7, Abreu number 4, Beaton number 5, and Holman number 6. Your service rotation. And out of bounds, Forest Lake, not quite with the accuracy. Cuts the lead to 7-4. Wekiva fell behind 5-0. So they have made some strides into that early deficit. Forest Lake, the Panthers, will not do anything fancy, just get it over. This will be Holman. And, Blackman, number 11, thought that ball was going out of bounds, but it caught the inside of the left sideline. 8-4 in set 2. Forest Lake with the lead. They busted out to a 5-0 lead. They do trail 1-0 in sets, though. And now on serve is Kalen. Low serve over the net. Handled by Wekiva, though, but unable to set. Kalen back on the serve. This will be handled by Renati, and again, confusion, and certainly a much different Wekiva team on the court here in set 2. A lot more confusion, a lot more out of rotation. We only saw this a couple of times in set 1, and Forest Lake has certainly taken advantage, building a 10-4 lead. This is actually the largest of the game, and make that 11-4, now 7 points. Forest Lake scoring 4 points in a row with Kalen on serve. And now she'll have too much umph, and Wekiva certainly needed that break. Break that streak, maybe get a streak of their own going.
Wait.
So with the score 11-5, Jacatine will now go on the serve. And she will score the point for Wekiva. Nice ace. A low sliding serve. (11-6). Jacatine again looking for 2 in a row. Forest Lake with some trouble, but they get it over. Blanco into the middle. Renate over the libero. Forest Lake will take its turn. The soft tip. Blanco again over to Holman. The dig by Forest Lake. They kick the ball back over. Once again, Forest Lake, the Panthers, will try to score. A great dig in terms of getting to it by Jacatine, but she can't get the ball in bounds, and 12-6 is now the lead. So set 2. Wekiva took the first set, 25-19. Junior varsity action's best of 3. Kalen continues to serve for Forest Lake. And she has certainly contributed to the lead being extended. As we got action at the net. And the ball blasted down by Braylon. Trying to get it over, but couldn't quite get the timing right. And Wekiva will go back on serve, trailing 13-6. So Beaton with the serve. Tries that back left corner. Now Forest Lake will set. Kick it over. Blanco again. She set to Blackman, but Blackman's timing was off. Forest Lake has led throughout this first set. They scored the first 5 points. They now have an 8-point lead. as number 15, Emily, will go on the serve. And she powers it, but into the net. So a couple of unforced errors. And the lead remains at 7 points. And with Beaton on the serve, looking for 2 in a row now. Excuse me, that's Renati. Forest Lake sets. Action at the net. And score the point for Polina, who slammed that ball into the front line of Wekiva. Unable to control, lead back up to 15-7. So I'm Neil Fisher. Mark Barchi is my partner. And an unforced error. Emily slamming that ball into the net, certainly what Wekiva needed. Mark will handle the official ceremonies. Tonight is senior night. You'll see that coming up after the junior varsity game. 6 seniors set to play their last game at Mustang Gymnasium. As Blanco serves, Forest Lake sets. High set at the net. Oh, tried to go with the tip, some deception. Forest Lake would have none of it. They send the ball back. Blanco again with the set. Blackman, Forest Lake with the jam, and too much heat. So Wekiva 2 in a row. And they've cut the lead to 15-9 in set 2. Also want to mention the Wekiva Broadcast Production Department handling the video aspects tonight. As the battle rages on at the net, Forest Lake now with possession. The soft tip by Karelis. Trying to go down. Wekiva was, no dice. The set, the tip, the save. Got a long rally going. And now the rally ends. Score the point to Preston. Going cross-court return.
Plenty of Preston on the Mustangs kill.
And that cuts the lead to 15-10. Wekiva already with a 1-0 set lead in this junior varsity matchup. Preston, 4 in a row.
Plenty of Preston once again with a solo kill this time. And the Panthers request their first timeout of set number 2. We'll be back with more action from the second set of the JV contest here at Mustang Arena in just a moment.
Mustang Arena, the site of tonight's action. This is junior varsity action. I'm Neil Fisher along with Mark Barchi. Wekiva looking to continue its momentum. They trail 14-12 but scored 5 in a row. They do have a 1-0 set in this junior varsity action. Forest Lake hits the ball over. That's beaten to Blanco. And Blanco almost, but not quite good enough. Blanco again. Preston, and score the point for Preston. 6 in a row now, 7 in a row, and that cuts the lead to 14-13.
Yeah, Neil, that's what I like to refer to as a free ball kill.
Yeah, and Preston took advantage of it, found that open back corner on the right side.
Yeah, thought that they had it the first time. The Mustangs began celebrating because it was such an outstanding attack by Preston. But the Panthers were able to initially get that dig in, but then left an open spot on the court in the process, and Wekiva take advantage.
And Wekiva has come all the way back from a 6-point deficit, 14-14. This is set 2. Wekiva won the first set, 25-19. And this is Brianna Beaton on the serve. She has scored
That's Ashley Blanco serving right now. Brianna Beaton.
Blanco. Yes, Ashley Blanco.
Brianna Beaton got lucky last time. She swung at that one and missed, and then it went out.
Yes, excuse me. So a stoppage by the officials to make sure the score is right. Confirmed, 14-14. Wekiva scored 6 in a row. Forest Lake in the white. They are trying to regain that lead, and they do. Give the success to Nicole.
Service back to the Panthers. Next in the rotation, number 23, Nicole.
Forest Lake Academy, of course, about 5 miles down the road from Wekiva on 436. And now they have scored 2 in a row with Nicole on the serve. Ace for Nicole. And
the Mustangs request their second timeout of set number 2. Back with the conclusion of the second set here in JV action at Mustang Arena after the break.
.16, Wekiva 14. We are in set 2. Wekiva won the first set 25-19. Thank you for joining us on a Thursday night. Junior varsity action continues at Mustang Arena. Wekiva trying to break a 2-point streak for Forest Lake. No dice, and the score is now 17-14. Wekiva fell behind in the second set, 5-0. They also trailed 14-6, scored 8 in a row to tie it at 14 all. And now they have given up 4 consecutive points to Forest Lake. So a lot of balloons in the stands, about 120 people joining us live. And that is because tonight is senior night. So my partner, Mark Barshi, as he has done for 15 years, will preside over those ceremonies as Wekiva. Much needed point. Braylon unable to control the return.
Brianna Beaton on a serve-receive kill of sorts. Side out to the Mustangs. Micaiah Blackman next in the rotation. I don't think a serve-receive kill is actually a thing, Neil, but if it were, that's what that was.
So in the meantime, Blackman goes to work on the serve for Wekiva and give her the ace. Drop that ball right in the middle of the defense.
Micaiah Blackman with the ace for the Mustangs.
So once again, Wekiva trailed 14-6, tied the game at 14 all. And this serve will not count. We were having an official timeout.
So again, Wekiva here will need to score 9 before the Panthers score 7.
And remember, Wekiva does have a 1-0 lead. They took the first set 25-19. Blackman puts the ball in play. Forest Lake will attempt the kill, and they will be successful. Polina scoring that kill.
Polina on the Panthers kill. Service back to Forest Lake. Checking into the game for Forest Lake, number 15, Emily, and next to serve, number 7, Corrales.
So Corrales will go on the serve with a 19-16 lead. Make that 20-16, another ace.
Corrales with the ace.
So Corrales puts the ball into play. Wekiva needing to get some points. Time's running short in set 2. the set. And that's taken over by Forest Lake. Wekiva's turn and into the net. The slam, but not timing was off in the wrong angle. Beaton hitting that ball into the net. 21-16, Forest Lake. So Corrales back on the serve, looking for a fourth consecutive point. Time running out for Wekiva.
They'll settle for the free ball here, and it's not even a good free ball.
And time running out becomes a little bit more intense for Wekiva as the score is now 22-16. The good news for Wekiva is they did win set one, so this will not be the end of the match.
Still, though, they're going to have to go out in the parking lot and see if they can find that team that came to the first set.
Absolutely.
And see if they're available to join us again.
Absolutely, and now 2 points. Forest Lake is away from a set two victory, 23-16. Corrales continues on the serve, 4 consecutive points. Wekiva's going to have to turn around their play really quick as they are only 2 points away from winding up in a three-set match. So Forest Lake sets the second set. The hit over by Polina, a dig, goes to the left side. Wekiva will set again.
Here's Linnea Preston, probably Wekiva's most reliable attacker, but can't close the deal there as it's a Panther kill for number 21, Polina, and now it is set point, Panthers.
So again, Forest Lake looking to tie this matchup at 1 set each. Corrales with the serve. The set, a second set, back to the first set, and Wekiva will stave off losing set 2.
Service back to the Mustangs. Next in the rotation for Wekiva, number 7, Linnea Preston.
So Wekiva staves off elimination. They'll take the unforced error.
And a little admonition here from the official as the libero switch occurred on the wrong side of the attack line. So this is a JV contest, so that's really just an educational moment.
Preston with the jump serve, and yes, it is in.
Linnea Preston with a Mustang ace.
So
yeah, look for her to be a leader on the varsity team next year because assuming everybody comes back, there is only one non-senior on the varsity team, and that would be Denia Jackson. And so Linnea Preston, certainly a leader on the JV team. We'll expect her to be a leader on the varsity team next year as well. She's actually had a couple of varsity appearances earlier in the season.
Yeah, Preston once again with the jump serve. Will be enough. This is a longer rally. Action at the net, back and forth. And it's going to end in Forest Lake Academy's favor. Forest Lake Academy ties this match up.
Kaylin with the final kill of the second set, and that will force a tiebreaker. 25-18 is the final score of set number 2 in favor of the Panthers, and so we will need a tiebreaker as the match is tied 1-1. JV, of course, is a best-of-3 affair, so we'll have a new coin toss to determine who serves first in the tiebreaker set. The tiebreaker rules are just the same as any other set. It is rally scoring with 2 timeouts allocated to each team. Wekiva has won the toss and elected to serve first in the tiebreaker set. The only difference with tiebreaker rules is that we played a 15 rather than 25, and we will do just that right after the break.
Wekiva in the maroon jerseys on the left of your screen, set to go to a third set. Junior varsity action. Wekiva took set 1, 25-19. And Forest Lake took the last set, 25-18. A 4-point streak, carrying both teams to victories in those sets, and that is
Ashley Blanco with an ace to open up the tiebreaker set for Wekiva. And Neil, that's one of those plays that if you could do that on purpose, you would every time. Just catch the lip of the net, which alters the trajectory of the ball in a very random and unpredictable fashion, and it's almost impossible to return those.
So the battle rages on.
Once upon a time, that was illegal. That was a rule change from a long time ago that you can hit the net now on a serve. Kill for Forest Lake by number 7, Corellis. Next to serve, number 12, Braylon.
So 1 set each, and we begin the third set with a point each. Forest Lake looking to take its lead. And they will not. That is Preston dumping the ball along the sideline.
Plenty of Preston on the Mustangs kill. Side out to Wekiva. Next in the rotation for the Mustangs, number 11, Micaiah Blackman.
2-1, Wekiva with the lead. Blackman with the serve, as Mark just announced. She will not go to the jump ball. We've seen that a few times tonight. Gets it in. Forest Lake unable to get a score. Now Wekiva will take its turn and score it. The slice and dice return.
Brianna Beaton on the Mustang kill.
3-1 Wekiva. So Blackman on the serve will be followed by Preston, Ebru, Beaton, and then Holman. And unfortunately, Wekiva cannot get the third consecutive point, 3-2 now.
Service back to the Panthers. Next in the rotation for Forest Lake, number 23, Nicole. And Neil, of course, every point always matters, but particularly in a tiebreaker set when you're on a race to 15 instead of a race to 25. Avoiding any team getting out to an early lead is particularly critical in these tiebreak sets, so Forest Lake gets a breath of fresh air there, and they're going to tie it up here with a Panther kill by Polina.
3-3. As Polina will go back on the serve. She scored 2 in a row with Forest Lake. This is junior varsity action, so only 3 sets as opposed to 5 for varsity. Wekiva receives, sets. That's Beaton over Blanco over to Beaton, and Beaton jams that ball into the ground for a 4-3 Wekiva lead.
Brianna Beaton on the Mustang kill. Side out to Wekiva. Next in the rotation to serve for the Mustangs, number 7, Linnea Preston.
And as Mark mentioned, it's up to 15. You do have to win by 2 points, though. Preston, the jump serve. She goes long and along the sideline and score the ace.
Linnea Preston with a Mustang ace.
And that could certainly be a critical point. Let's see if that'll be the point that sparks Wekiva, gives them a run, which will carry them to the victory.
You can see in the background there, Wekiva has brought the student section tonight. We see some boys volleyball and basketball players here to support the ladies on senior night.
About 120 fans in the stands as Wekiva 3 in a row, 6-3, largest lead in this third set.
Now 2 touches called against the Panthers there, so Wekiva gets a little donation to their cause, and they're out to a 6-3 lead. And again, when you're only playing to 15, having a 3-point advantage earlier is a little more significant than it would be in other sets.
Preston puts the ball in play. Forest Lake unable to score the deuce.
Oh, did she stay out of the net? No, she didn't.
Beaton trying to get that soft location-oriented tip.
Service back to the Panthers. Next in the rotation will be number 7, Corellis. But first, checking into the game, number 19, Lauren.
Corrales with 3 aces tonight, and she was on serve when the critical 4-point run was scored by Forest Lake in set 2, but she will not have any.
Mustang kill by number 9, Cameron Holman. Service back to the Mustangs.
So Wekiva will not have any of Corrales being on serve with a 4-point streak.
Checking into the game for the Mustangs to serve, number 13, Ixa Martinez.
So senior night tonight, if you look over to the left behind Wekiva on the wall, are the 8 seniors playing their final game tonight at Mustang Arena. And now Wekiva goes up by 4, 8-4.
I don't know.
Timeout for Forest Lake.
The Panthers request their first timeout of set number 3. We'll be back with the conclusion of the JV match right after the break.
As Keith Jackson would say, we got a barn burner here at Mustang Arena, at least by JV standards. Third set, Wekiva up 8-4, and on the serve, Wekiva in the maroon, looking to set, and they had an opportunity to really do some damage coming out of that break, but Forest Lake able to stem the tide, 8-5.
Pulling on the kill, service back to the Panthers. Next in the rotation to serve, number 30, Kalen. So, Neil, it appears that while we were at the break between the second and third sets, those players that were playing for Wekiva in the first set came back in. We switched them back.
Yeah, they got back off the bus. I don't know why they took the second set off, but again, this is junior varsity action. Third set, 3 sets are played in JV, but it is only 15 in the third set, and that was Beaton putting the ball in play. So Wekiva looking to get to double digits first, but that ball is stuffed at the net by Polina, 9-6. So the good news if you're Wekiva is that you can afford to trade points, and of course, as the old saying goes, you don't get points for aesthetics, you only get points for the tangible.
Wow, a near disaster there for Cameron Holman, who manages to get her footing just in time to at least get a free ball. Here comes Holman with a better look this time. It's handled by the Panthers. Free ball coming back to Galbus, but Galbus gets the angle, punching it with the side of her fist instead of the top. And so an unforced error there will put the Panthers within 2.
Forest Lake called timeout, and they've scored 3 or 4 points since that timeout. Ball put into play by Polina. Beaton, Blanco, Holman.
And Holman is just a little bit wide left.
It's 4 of 5 now for Wekiva. So
the Mustangs request their first timeout of set number 3.
And so we've seen streaks by both teams in this third set, and when all said and done, Wekiva Wekiva 9, Forest Lake 9. Third set, junior varsity action at Mustang Arena. Neil Fisher, Mark Barchi bring you the action. Wekiva Broadcast Production Department with the video aspects. Thank you for joining us tonight. Forest Lake, can they take the lead? In the white, Wekiva gets it over the net. Forest Lake sets.
Nice job by Cam Holman staying out of the net there, but it's all for naught as we get another kill. I think that was Polina once again. And that will give the lead. We've got Cam Holman is going to limp off here. She looks like, she's grasping her ankle. So we'll get the trainers over there.
This third set has been all about runs. Wekiva getting 5 of 6. That put them up by 4. And now Forest Lake has scored 5 of 6 to go in front by a 10-9 score.
Yeah, programming note, normally we have 2 live streams. We put the JV and the varsity game on their own separate live streams, and that is going to be the case tonight as well. But we have a third live stream in between the JV and the varsity matches, and so we encourage you to join us for that. Just be aware that you'll need to exit out of this live stream and then get back into that.
And as we get a sub, quick note that third stream is for senior night. And, of course, Mark, the voice you just heard, my partner, will be officiating those ceremonies. His 15th year that he's done this. He's the public address announcer here at Mustang Arena.
Nazari King checks into the game for the Mustangs.
The varsity team is looking to win 5 in a row and 6 out of their last 7. In addition to senior night, is Polina for Forest Lake, puts the ball into play and score the ace. And now Wekiva's going to have to come up with a couple of big plays here. Again, 15 points. It's a race to 15 points in the third and decisive set in JV. 11-9, Forest Lake with the lead, 6 out of the last 7 points.
Free ball for the Mustangs going back to the Panthers.
Slap at the net, goes over. Wekiva will set.
And again, they settle for free ball. Galvis again with a tough angle on that one. And now the Panthers are within 3. And the Mustangs request their second timeout of set number 3. We'll be back with the conclusion of the JV match in just a moment from Mustang Arena. Arena, Mark Barchi here with Neil Fisher, and Wekiva had a promising start to the tiebreaker set, but it's been all Panthers of late, and Wekiva now just trying to stay in it. With a miscommunication there, Galvis barely manages to save it for Wekiva. And there's the kill.
13-9 now, Forest Lake.
Panther kill by number 7, Corellis.
Yeah, Mark, Wekiva had an 8-4 lead. They'd scored 5 of 6. Since then, it's been 9 out of 10 points for Forest Lake. Polina has been on the serve, and she continues. Wekiva needs points. It's up to 15 in this third and decisive set. And Wekiva gladly will take that unforced error, 13-10.
Double touch called against the Panthers. Service back to Wekiva, next in the rotation for the Mustangs.
Wekiva won the first set 25-19. They lost the second set 25-18. And a quick programming note again, this is a big night here at Mustang Arena. Senior night will follow the JV action. And gets that ball in there. That was beaten. Over the net for Wekiva, free ball. Forest Lake sets. That's Polina trying to get the point, and she doesn't get the point directly, but throws it in the right location. A return out of bounds, and now match point for Forest Lake.
Match point, Panthers.
And this is going to be a hard one to swallow for Wekiva if they don't score 4 in a row. They had a 1-0 set.
To your point, Neil, it's been a game of runs.
At the net. And that will not be the final victory, or final point. Wekiva, dramatic point to stave off elimination.
Service back to the Mustangs. They now return to the top of their rotation with Ashley Blanco. But first, checking into the game for Forest Lake, number 15, Emily, and for the Mustangs, number 4, Abigail Abreu.
And the student section are celebrating that point.
Yeah, again, you are not allowed to touch the ball twice in a row, but you can if the first touch is a block. And so that's why that was legal. The Panthers thought that the service was over. Wekiva did not.
Ball put into play by Blanco. They're going to have to do some hustling. And that 1 point stays off elimination, but they cannot do 2 in a row.
Nicole with the final kill of set number 3, and that takes it to a 15-11 final score in the third set, and that means the Panthers will take the JV contest 2 sets to 1.
So a disappointing loss for Wekiva. They took set 1, but then dropped the next 2, giving up 11 of the last 13 points in set 3. So stick around. Mark Barchi, the other voice you heard, will be officiating our senior ceremonies.
Once again, thanks for joining us for JV action here at Mustang Arena. We want to invite you to join us for senior night. That's coming up next. If you're here in the arena, please make sure that you are on the side nearest where you came in on the concession stands if you would like to have the best photo opportunities for that. If you're joining us online on YouTube or the NFHS network, we'll be carrying that in just a few minutes here. That is a separate live stream, though, so you will need to exit the JV live stream and get back in to the senior night festivities. Thanks to Keith Dickerson and his team at Wekiva Broadcast Production joining us for this evening's game. We'll see you shortly. For Neil Fisher, this is Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs and Sports Information Director here at Wekiva High School, wishing you a good night. This has been a presentation of Wekiva High School Athletics in association with Orange Technical College, both a proud part of Orange County Public Schools. We'll see you in about 10 minutes for senior night.